Money! We all love it, we all want it, and for most people it feels like we never quite have enough of it. Which leads us on to sales. Sam jumped into a sales role because of the huge, absolutely genuinely huge earning potential, but quickly dropped out because of all the stress. But Walter knew that if he could push through the downsides of working in his sales role, he could bring in a massive income, and we're talking millions and millions of dollars here over his career. And that's what we're talking about in this video, the risks and the rewards of working in modern B2B sales and the simple steps that you can follow to become a sales millionaire as well. Hi, my name is Will and I make selling simple. Now, today's video is all about the untold truth about sales. First, we're going to cover what makes sales so tough in the first place, and then we're going to move on to 3 core reasons why sales is absolutely killer. Probably the best career on the planet. Why is this? Well, it's because it's the quickest way to make money. And there are 4 reasons why sales is in this unique position. We're going to break down all 4 of them in this video. Next up, why sales is the least risky way to make money. There's 2 reasons that we're going to cover here. And third, why it's the simplest way to make money if you know what you're doing. Now, working in sales is no picnic by any means. On one hand, there's rejection, which I'm sorry to say is a given. You're going to face it no matter what sales role that you're in. But of course, the better you get at selling, the less rejection is going to affect you. On top of that, we also have cold calling and cold emailing and this cold outreach, and this can be monotonous at times. But when I speak to most salespeople, the toughest thing about sales is this, that you're the one that's responsible for your pay. And if you suck, you're going to get fired. And for some people, taking on this high level of personal accountability can be a terrifying prospect. If you slack off, you're guaranteed to fail to hit quota and you're never going to get the paycheck that you're probably going to come to depend on. So sales isn't a cakewalk of a career. Let's make that clear. But there are some serious benefits for it too. Benefits like no other career can offer. So let's take a look at the upsides. The reason why sales is, in my opinion, so special, so exciting, so fulfilling, and the quickest way to become genuinely wealthy. Let's jump right into it. So sales is the quickest way that I know of to make serious money. There are other careers out there that might get you to that 7-figure level at some point, but sales is without a doubt the fastest way to achieve it. Why is that? Well, it's because the product that you're selling has already been developed. The hard work is done. The brand that you're working for has already spent the time, the energy, the money, the insane amounts of money to build a working product, and they've built connections with vendors, distributors, regulatory agencies, for like me when I was selling medical devices, to handle all these logistics, legislation, and all that nonsense that we don't want to deal with. They've done all of this, and all you've got to do is sell it. Next, you and your career get to stay mobile. Your sales skills are very cleanly going to transfer from one company to another company, market to market, even industry to adjacent industry. If you're making a killing at company A, you're probably going to be capable of making a killing at company B as well. So once you've built up a proven success record, you can easily move from one profitable company to another. You can work your way up and up until you're at an employer and a salary and a product and a market that's going to allow you to hit your goals. And there's just no other employee positions that allow for this level of mobility, so take advantage of that. The third reason, brand leverage. Now, one of the great things about sales is that you can leverage the social proof of the brand that you're working for. If you're working for a company like Salesman.org that is well established, has great brand recognition, already has a really strong customer base, then you've got a market. You've probably got case studies, success stories, and testimonials that you can distribute to your potential buyers as well. That means a lot of the hard part of sales, of building trust at scale, building trust at distance, is already done for you. Now, the alternative of this, let's say you were to start your own business. Well, you've got to toil, and let me tell you this is what I've been through. You've got to toil away for years, nearly a decade in most instances, to really make a name for yourself. But as a sales rep, when you walk into a sales job, all of that hard work has already been done for you. And the final reason, and in a lot of sales roles, this is the best reason, you've got inbound sales leads. Because in all likelihood, if you work for any decent sized organization, your brand is going to have a marketing department. And that marketing department is going to literally feed you leads. Some leads are going to be better than others for sure, but That's their entire purpose, to send qualified leads to your doorstep, to build that trust at scale, at distance. And if they do things right, it means that you don't need to work nearly as hard to build trust when you get on the phone and email with prospects and to get them knocking at your door proactively to work with you. All right, so let's get into the second reason why sales is such a great career option. And this is because it's the least risky way to make money. Genuinely, it's the least risk. Because for all other money-making ventures, risk is a serious factor. In many cases, the risks outweigh the earning potential. And if they don't, it's usually because, well, the pay isn't all that great to begin with. So what's at play here? Well, first off, in your sales role, you can become unsackable, which instantly mitigates almost all the risk of working for an employer. Because every single business knows the value of a great sales rep. We, you and I, great sales professionals, are the lead money makers in the final step between hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of marketing and a contract getting signed. And so because of this, there's a direct and easily observable correlation between a bad rep who doesn't get any deals done and a good one that is constantly bringing cash flow to the organization. That's why a quality sales rep is such a secure position. There's no iota of confusion about your contribution to the company. You get a target, you be the target, you are essentially unsackable. Even if the company is in massive turmoil, there's a COVID pandemic, there's the next big blow up in the economy that's probably coming over the next few years, whatever it is, you're going to be one of the last employees to be facing the chopping block. And on top of all this, you're going to have competitors proactively trying to poach you as well. So that means if you did get fired, the company did go under for whatever reason, you've got a super easy job path to your next role. Plus, obviously, you can leverage these companies against each other to get a raise for yourself. So there we go. If you're a decent salesperson, you essentially become unsackable, which reduces the risk of your career massively. I believe that sales is also incredibly unrisky because the only alternative to make the money that you can make in sales is to start your own business. And when you boil it down to the earning potential and speed of making your first million, starting a business is the only other option. You can't go up the career ladder as fast as you can make $1 million in sales. You can't get through medical school, get through your residency, and then become a doctor faster than you can make millions in sales either. So building a business is your only option, and there's some real downsides here, coming from someone who went from high-level sales professional to starting a training company. First off, you've got to develop a product. That took me years. Seller Made Simple Academy took me years. I think we're on iteration 5 or 6 of it right now. It took brainstorming, rigorous testing, partnering with the right vendors, distribution, all this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. You can see how long it takes to get a product off the ground. But even if you do develop a great product, you've then got to build awareness around it. And surprise, surprise, you've still got to be great at selling the frigging thing to get any deals done and make any money anyway. So it all comes back to sales regardless. And finally, and most importantly, businesses don't usually last very long. The US Bureau of Labor and Statistics reports that 1 out of 5 businesses go under in the first year. Only half of the remaining businesses make it to year 5. And by year 10, 2 out of 3 businesses are kaput. So you've got more chance of your business going under than you do in having success when we look at a 10-year period, versus if you get trained and you're good at sales and you're hitting quota and surpassing quota over a 10-year period, there's only one way your money is going to go, and that is massively and rapidly up. So when it comes to the best alternative to sales in order to make your millions, the odds of winning and starting a business are just stacked against you. So let's move on to the third reason why sales is such a good money maker. And that's because it's the simplest way to make money if you know what you're doing. And here's why. Because once you get good at sales, it actually becomes easier to make more money. Let me give you an example here. So let's say you make a name for yourself in your industry. You can start selling products that are well known, easy to explain, and high in value. And these well-known products already have great marketing, and maybe they've got inbound lead generations in place. Think of a product like HubSpot CRM. Obviously, they sponsor all our content. They're a great partner to us over at salesman.org. But small business owners, medium-sized business owners, practically everyone already knows about HubSpot. And so that means if I was working for HubSpot as a salesperson, they've already got trust. They already like us. They're already consuming our blog content for building their small business, improving their marketing, whatever they're searching for on the internet, because HubSpot's blog has so much attention in the marketplace. And so that means that selling it becomes so much easier. And then last but not least, once you get good at sales, you can also work with products that have higher value. So me selling medical devices to the NHS, it might be a $100,000 deal, $1 million deal, whatever it is. These products, because they're so valuable, have a really strong ROI. And that means I'm not scrobbling over budget issues. The surgeons that I was selling to proactively want me to come and have a chat with them. Sales gets easier the better the company you work for, the longer that you've been in the industry, and the more connections that you have. Let me give you an even more practical example. Salesman Made Simple Academy has a very clear value proposition. We help you find and close more deals in the next 30 days or your money back. It's dead simple. Our internal sales team gets tons of leads thrown at them, are massively qualified. People like you who watch these videos, listen to our podcasts, they want to sign up, they've got trust with me, they trust the content, we already help them through loads of free content. And so our sales team literally pick up the phone, ask a few questions, get a deal done, contracts done, and there we go, commissions. Which leads us on to the final point here. When you work in sales and you work for a decent company, they've probably already got a strong, proven, and repeatable sales process. This is a sales process that you can just go in and use. If it's a decent company with decent internal training, they're going to tell you everything that you need to know to get deals done. It's a process that you're going to use every day, and it's consistently going to let you blow past your quotas. And it's going to allow you to scale over time your earning potential rather than what happens in most careers where you get to a glass ceiling and you can't really progress past it. So that means no more struggling, no more guesswork. So you're going to get given a proven system, and it's going to give you more opportunity for financial freedom than any other career path that I know of. Now, to caveat that, if you're an organization right now that hasn't given you a strategic, specific step-by-step selling process, well, there are tons of sales methodologies out there. We've covered loads of them on this YouTube channel, on the podcast in the past, but obviously I recommend Salesman Made Simple Academy. We use easy to follow yet highly actionable selling frameworks that make selling simple. That's what we're all about. It's helped literally at this point thousands of sales reps just like you up their game, take all the overwhelm out of sales, just go step by step through each framework and get more deals done and earn more money than what they thought was possible. You can find out more about Salesman Made Simple Academy by clicking the link below this video. So there we go. I know sales can be tough. You're going to get rejected. There's monotony on some days. Some days is just downright boring. And I see this as a positive. Some people see this as a negative. Your pay largely depends on your abilities. If you suck at sales, you're going to sink. But the downsides come with a major upside. The opportunity for making serious money. So don't be fooled here. Sales can be tough. But if you know what you're doing, it's hands down the quickest pathway to becoming incredibly wealthy. No question about it. So there we go. If you enjoyed this video, why not click the videos on the screen right now and continue making selling simple.